What's up, everybody? So I am here with the Octogenarian, my dad.
Hello, good morning, and thank you for allowing me to come into your homes.
And he just turned 82 the other day. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And so today we are going to go through, he put together his list. Now, this is always a controversial take because there's lots of ways of looking at it. But your top 10 greatest Major League Baseball players of all time. Right?
Of history, yes.
Yes. And
it's very subjective. I'd like to share it with you. And I'll try to quantify and give you my analysis as to why I think these are my top 10. It's virtually impossible to pick it. There are so many players that you might want to substitute. Why 10? Can we talk about a dozen? That would make it easier for me. But anyway, I'd like to share it with you, and I thank you very much for listening to me and caring as much as you do. And I really want to appreciate all the feedback that I have gotten from you. It really means a lot.
Okay. Yeah, and so I think I have a sense for your top 10. So I brought a baseball card to go with each player that you selected.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
So, well, hopefully, I think I got a sense for what your list is going to be.
Okay, can I start?
Yeah. Why don't we start with number? We're going to count down from number 10 to number 1. So who do you have at number 10? I don't know. Do you have any honorable mentions before you jump into number 10?
I have, of the 10, I have not picked one better than the other, although I do have one who is unsurpassable. I'm going to start with the oldies. I have 3 of them.
So you're starting at number 10?
I'm starting. I don't. This is not quantitative. It's not number 1 to number 10. I'm picking the top 10. They're all equal in my mind, but I will analyze each one as we go along. The first one is Cy Young.
Oh,
He makes the list.
Oh, I didn't grab Cy Young.
That's okay.
I didn't think Cy Young would make your list. I put together my 10, and Cy Young didn't make the cut for me.
That's interesting. I can't wait to hear who he would substitute. The reason that I put Cy Young, 511 wins, the most ever, the Cy Young Award. He is in my list, and I put Cy Young in my top 10. Second, Walter Johnson.
Oh, I did bring my Walter
Second,
Johnson.
Walter Johnson with 417 wins. You have a Walter Johnson?
Yeah, the T206 Walter Johnson.
Are you kidding?
Yep.
Why I have Walter Johnson in my top
Ken, go ahead, keep talking.
Please take a look at his numbers. They're unbelievable. He had longevity. He was consistent. 2.17 ERA. He was unbelievable. He makes my list.
I was looking at, before you jump to the next guy, I was looking at Walter Johnson's numbers. I think he had like 11 or 12 years where his ERA was 1 point something. It was under 2. 11 years of 1 point something ERA. He was the, it's tough because he pitched, of course, before integration and all that. So it's hard to,
We're not going to get into this. There's the integration, the geniuses, the wonderful African American brothers and the Hispanics. We know about that. That's controversy. I'm not getting into that. I'm looking at the numbers. I'm looking at the history. You're
looking at how much they dominated against.
How they dominated the game. And my number 3, and this is the 3 of the 10 are oldies. Ty Cobb. Ty Cobb has the highest batting average in the history of baseball. I think it's 367. This is lifetime batting average, but he was amazing. He is apodictic. He must be in the top 10. Now, you could have argued, could we have had Rogers Hornsby? Could we have had Tris Speaker? There's so many, Christy Mathewson, there's so many others, but I couldn't fill the list up. I had to take 3. Those are my 3 of the oldies.
I don't think I've ever heard that word before. Apodictic?
It means absolutely certain.
Apodictic.
That's ancient Greek derivation. That's my love is history and philosophy.
So this
So what?
so this is a Ty Cobb that I just got at the National. It's from 1912, and it was in cigarettes. It's really cool because there's a picture of Ty Cobb and then another picture of Ty Cobb in the middle, and this is his manager, Huey Jennings, who's also a Hall of Famer.
Wow.
So I picked this up. Unfortunately, the back has some paper loss, which is why
But
it's
the front
a
looks wonderful.
Yeah. But I love this card because it has two Ty Cobbs in one.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah. So, and I was looking him up this morning. Highest batting average ever.
Yeah, I think it's 367.
360. Yeah, 360. I think it's 366. So
I think it's 367.
Is it 367?
It's 366.61, which rounded off. Only kidding. Apologize, Mr. Know-it-all.
So yes. Okay. So those are your. So
I got
going based on era. So those 3.
I picked 3 from the oldies. Now I'm going to go in the middle of baseball. I have Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig. Now, everybody knows about the 714. Everybody knows that he started as a pitcher and was a great pitcher. But do you know who has the highest OPS in baseball history? Babe Ruth. He not only hit for power, which OPS, I love it. I love it. You know, old people like me hate things that are new. The OPS is new and it's tremendous because it takes into consideration power, on base, and walks. Babe Ruth has the highest in baseball history. He is the man who built the stadium and saved baseball at one point. I have number 2, Lou Gehrig, who has the 3rd highest OPS in history, the Iron Horse. So now I have my top 5. Now we're going to get into players that you know that
Hold on. Before you do that, so well, first of all, so here are my Lou Gehrig and my Babe Ruth cards that I brought with me. This I don't think you've seen this Babe Ruth in person.
Yeah, I did.
No, I haven't shown you in person.
Okay, in person.
I think I sent you a picture.
Yes, you
of
did.
It. I sent you a picture of it.
Gorgeous.
Yes. And so there's my 33. Both of these are from 1933 Gaudy.
Wow.
Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig cards.
Wow.
I was looking at Babe Ruth's, like, you talk about dominating. Like, if you look at his stats, you know how, like, if they lead the league in something, it'll be black and in italics. If you look at his stats, his whole career is in black and in italics. I was looking at it earlier. If you guys look at it at home, if you pull up his stats, just look at all the black italics. It's his whole career. It's all just, he led the league in everything he did. It's incredible.
His batting average was 346. I mean, his batting average.
Yeah.
He pitched a game when he was a pitcher when he was young. 14 innings he pitched. He lost the game 1-0 in the 14th inning.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So now you've named 5 players.
Okay.
We have only 5 spots left.
5 left.
Only 5
and I
spots
have to
left.
defend this. Okay. Please indulge me. I'm an old man. Still better than everybody else, but still an old man. Only joking. Number 6, the Splendid Splinter.
Yep. That's my card from. Remember this? This was my
Gorgeous.
childhood.
I gave
collection.
that to you.
Yep. This was always my best card growing up.
And you'll forgive me
10
for this because you may have heard it before. I love Joe DiMaggio, right? My name is Joseph Paul Lobello. His name is Joseph Paul DiMaggio. And I apologize for telling you this. but I'm bragging about this, but I had dinner with him. He thinks that he is the greatest baseball player that ever played the game. He's not in my top 10. I'm sorry, Joe.
Is he? Where is he in your greatest all-time Yankees of all time?
Oh,
Top 5?
yes, no question. Mariano has to be remembered. Okay,
All right, so we have 4 spots left. You got.
that's correct.
Yep.
And now I have to give you my my 7 and 8, Mickey Mantle, because of sentimental reasons. I love you for sentimental reasons. Mickey Mantle, I have to put him in there, and of course Willie Mays. Willie Mays, because of his hitting, his home runs, yes, defense, and running. Oh, gorgeous card.
52 tops. Your
Say hey,
your
kid.
favorite set. Your
Say
favorite
hey,
set.
kid.
What do you think of that? What do you think of that
Unbelievable.
Willie Mays card?
He broke my heart. In the 1954 World Series, I was a Cleveland Indian fan because as a little boy, I liked Indians, and I stayed a Cleveland Indian fan. And when Vic Wertz hit that home run, you remember it, and Willie caught it with his back to the plate, broke my heart, broke the Indians' heart. So Willie Mays makes it.
The Guardians, you mean?
Well, at the time, they were the Cleveland Indians.
I don't want to offend anybody.
No, but it's okay that everyone talks about Cleveland Indians in the past. We don't talk about it in the future and the present. No question. Okay. Number 9.
Wait, no, we got. I think we got. How many spots left? We only got 2 spots left. Okay.
I got some other honorable mentions.
Okay. We only have 2 spots left. All right. Who you got? Who you got left?
Henry Aaron. And why Henry Aaron made the list? Of course, we know he's on the top of the home run leaders. But his consistency, ladies and gentlemen, every year, 40 home runs, 42 home runs, 43 home runs. It was his longevity. That is why Henry Aaron deserves to be in my top 10 greatest players of all time.
What do you think of this card?
Spectacular.
Even though it's a 1? You think it's spectacular?
I love him.
All right, 1 left. 1 spot left.
Okay, I don't get into controversy. I don't want to talk about the oldie guys that didn't have Hispanics and African Americans. That's up for you to talk about and discuss. Barry Bonds. We know the controversy behind Barry Bonds, but you know that if you just look at the numbers, if you just look at the way he played and the man that he was, everything, he's got to be in the top 10. Barry Bonds is in the my top 10.
I think what people are going to have a problem with, or at least, or maybe they will, maybe they won't, is if you're going to put Barry Bonds in the top 10, don't you have to consider A-Rod in the top 10?
Yes.
And
then I have to think about, I give you an opportunity to think about it. Let's face it, Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa.
And Roger Clemens.
Roger Clemens had 356 wins.
Yeah.
And you have to also then think about Greg Maddux. But did I talk about this yet? Yeah, I talked about.
No, you didn't mention Warren Spahn.
Wait, okay. Do you know who in the modern era, in the last 75 years, who has the most wins? Warren Spahn, 360 something wins. He has the most wins in modern history. We don't talk about Warren Spahn. If he was a Dodger or a Yankee, we would. But let's face it, ladies and gentlemen. A-Rod, how about Pete Rose? Pete Rose has the most. If baseball is hits and wins, right? Home runs, Pete Rose has the most hits in baseball history, the most. And we know the controversy. I want to put him in as well. I don't know how to fit him in, But Joey, what do you think?
Yeah, no, I agree with. I actually agree with your list. The only thing is, I had Stan Musial.
Oh,
I had Stan Musial over Cy Young.
okay.
But I either way. I mean, you put Cy Young in over Stan Musial. I totally get that.
Stan the Man, he played for St. Louis. If Stan the Man played for New York or the Giants or the Dodgers,
Yeah,
he's up there.
yeah. And I think there's going to be a lot of people that are would expect to see Ken Griffey Jr. in the top 10.
Good point.
We left out Nolan Ryan.
Oh.
We left out Albert Pujols.
Oh.
We left out Miguel Cabrera. I don't know. I'm sure there's a lot of Mike Schmidt, Johnny Bench.
Yes.
It's an impossible list. It's an impossible list.
It's
to make.
ludicrous. It's ludicrous. It's like saying, who's the most beautiful woman who ever lived? Everybody has a different opinion.
Yeah.
It's difficult. It's subjective. It's my list, but it's rational. It's based upon a lot of thinking. I've seen a lot of these players. If I could just share this with you. When I was a little boy, I fell in love with baseball at the age of 8, 9 years old. I didn't even know what a baseball diamond looked like. The only access I had was the radio and the newspaper. When I first saw a baseball field, it was like unimaginable. But, that's how we lived, right, Joe?
Yep. And the reason why we had this conversation was, this is where it all started, by the way, because Aaron Judge is obliterating baseballs right now. So I think it started with us talking about where does Aaron Judge land in the history of baseball immortality. Obviously, he has a long way to go, and he's 32 years old.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah.
But when you think about it, the OPS that Aaron has right now, if you look it up, it's about 1.173. The Babe was 1.16 for his career. If Aaron can continue doing this with his OPS, with his baseball, with his home runs, with his running, with his defense, he's gonna push me to fit him in to my top 10.
And Ohtani's going to be someone you're going to need to consider too. One of the only other players in the history of baseball that's been able to pitch and hit, do both.
Babe Ruth started as a pitcher, was a great pitcher. Ohtani pitches, hits, and runs.
Yep.
Come on.
And so I wanted to see if you recognize this guy, Dad.
No, my God.
Who's this guy? Have you ever seen him before? Chris Van
Cook?
I
know the card because it's a 1952 Topps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is for you for your birthday.
Oh my God.
So I got
Sure, I remember him. Oh my God, that's a beautiful card.
Yeah,
Joe.
I mean he's obviously a common.
Yeah, but I love it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Brooklyn Dodgers.
No, thank you, Joe.
Yeah, I was wondering any thoughts like when the Dodgers moved from Brooklyn to Los Angeles. Do you remember that at all?
I think their last year was 1955. And when I used to go to see my grandmother and grandfather in Brooklyn, you would walk down the street and you could say to anybody, "What's the score? Do you know?" "Oh, yes. Carl Furillo 2, the Chicago Cubs nothing." Everybody was immersed in Brooklyn in those days. It was fantastic. I mean, Duke Schneider, Hodges, Gilliam, Reese, Campanella.
What with the Yankees, the New York Giants, and the Brooklyn Dodgers all in New York. I can't imagine what it must have been like back then. So
the only thing that I have to say, and I'll let you go with this, Joey. It's hard to beat an NFL Sunday afternoon, isn't it? But baseball is it's life. It's every day. You lose last night. You wake up in the morning. It's today. We're going to get even. We're going to play. It's a way of life. Baseball is a way of life. And if you love it, you're very, very lucky. Right, Joe?
That's a great way, great way to put it. All right, I guess that's it, right? We got our top 10. Let us know what you guys think, and I think we need to give Danny some attention.
Listen, can I just?
The dog's been
I
barking
want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for allowing me to come into your homes and to be a part of it. I humbly thank you from the bottom of my heart. You made me very happy. Thank you.
Cheers, everybody, and let me know thoughts, comments below. Who did we miss? Who do you guys have in your top 10 that we didn't?
Yeah, please give us let us know. I'm sure we left somebody out that's in your heart and mind.
All right, guys, thanks for watching,
Thank you.
and I'll talk to you later. Peace.